Out in the country there was an old mansion, where an old squire lived with his 2 sons, who were so witty that they thought themselves too clever for words. They decided to go out and propose to the king's daughter, which they were at liberty to do, for she had announced publicly that she would take for a husband the man who had the most to say for himself. The 2 brothers made their preparations 8 days before.
We would now like you to make your own movement for 8 times, and while you're doing it, you should count out loud. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now it's your turn. And now back to the story.
That was all the time they had, but it was enough, for they had many accomplishments, and everyone knows how useful they can be. One of them knew the whole Latin dictionary by heart and the town's newspaper for 3 years, so well that he could repeat it backward and forward. The other had learned all the articles of law and knew what every alderman must know. Consequently, he was sure he could talk of governmental affairs, and besides this he could embroider suspenders, for he was very gentle and also clever with his fingers. "I should win the princess," they both said, as the father gave each one of them a beautiful horse.
We would now like you to say like a horse while you walk around in the classroom.
Now it's your turn. And now back to the story.
The one who had memorized the dictionary and the newspaper had a coal black horse, while the one who knew all about governmental affairs and could embroider had a milk white one. Then they smeared the corners of their mouths with the cut liver oil to make them more glib. All the servants assembled in the courtyard to watch them mount their horses, but just then the 3rd brother came up, for there were really 3, although nobody paid much attention to the 3rd, because he was not so learned as the other 2. In fact, everybody called him Clumsy Hans.
Yeah. Now we would like you to act clumsy like Clumsy Hans.
Now it's your turn. And now back to the story.
"Where are you going in all your Sunday clothes?" he asked. "To the king's court, to woo the princess. Haven't you heard what the king's drummer is proclaiming all over the country?" Then they told him about it. "Gracious," said Clumsy Hans. "I guess I go too." But his brothers only burst out laughing at him as they rode away.
To ride around in the classroom and laugh while you're doing it.
Now it's your turn. And now back to the story.
Father, shouted Clumsy Hans, let me have a horse. I feel like getting married too. If she takes me, she takes me. And if she doesn't take me, I'll take her anyway. That's a lot of nonsense, replied his father. You'll get no horse from me. Why? You don't know how to talk properly. Now, your brothers are intelligent men. If I can't have a horse, I'll take the billy goat, said Clumsy Hans.
Now we would like you to act and say like a goat.
Now it's your turn. And now back to the story.
He belongs to me, and he can carry me very well. So he mounted the billy goat, dug his heels into its sides, and galloped off down the highway.
Now we would like you to gallop around in the room.
Now it's your turn. And now back to the story.